It's very important when you're younger, though, to have influences and to even to copy them.
Blatantly.
Yeah, because it's a way of learning. And of course, you'll never do it just like, unless you're an automaton. But most of us have a personality, and that screws everything up. You're trying to do something just like Peck and Paul, but the next thing you know, you've got something that looks like, you know, Bresson. Like, how did I get from here to here? Because, you know, it is craft. I mean, there's a lot of craft involved in making films.
And I should ask, as a final Fay Grimm question, you've got tilted angles in here, you've got on-screen titling in terms of, we keep returning to humor because I do find you a really great humorist. You've got all kinds of like devices here, which may not be exactly thriller parodies. They might be like the intertitles. That's why I evoked Godard, because of the French New Wave, or Richard Lester in the 60s. Putting on these
you see, Richard Lester is something that no one ever talks about, which I always
Interesting. I just came
talk
up
about.
Wow.
Yeah, no, A Hard Day's Night is, I've ripped off A Hard Day's Night
Really?
so many times now, almost every single one of
I don't
my...
see that in your films. That's interesting.
Oh, you got to see it. It's particularly the one scene where George goes to the advertising agency.
Exactly, you're right.
That scene is genius, and I've watched it. I've taught it to students,
Wow.
but I've always, whatever I'm doing with my dialogue in movies, always goes back to that scene.
Interesting, wow.
That pose is out too, Sonny Jim. The new thing is to care passionately and be right-wing. Anyway, if you don't cooperate, you won't meet Susan.
And who's this Susan when she's at home?
Only Susan Canby, our resident teenager. You'll have to love her. She's your symbol.
Oh, you mean that posh bird who gets everything wrong?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, yeah, the lads frequently sit round the television and watch her for a giggle. In fact, once we all sat down, wrote these letters saying how gay she was and all that rubbish.
She's a trendsetter. It's her profession.
She's a drag, a well-known drag. We turn the sound down on her and say rude things.
Get him out of here.
Have I said something amiss?
Get him out.